interrupt. I know y'all was listening to me cook, but I just to come with my closing arguments. As far as Aaron Rodgers and Errol Spence and also Stephen A. Smith. Like I said before, it was amusing to listen to Stephen A. Smith go in on Jason Whitlock, but as I said before, sometimes there's no future in basically compromising yourself and selling out. Because sometimes when you sell out, you overprice yourself. And it appears that Jason Whitlock overpriced himself to the point to where he wore out his welcome everywhere and he's pretty much ostracized. He's not probably going to ever be on network television ever again, or at least not for a long time. So basically, what did he get out of compromising himself? I told you sometimes to a certain degree that even Caucasian people don't trust coons, especially if they go out of their way to act like they're not black when it's obviously they're black. So sometimes they don't trust, like I said, because, somebody like Jason Whitlock, he'll betray somebody that, you know what I'm saying? He'll betray somebody that don't look like him. So he can't be trusted. You can't trust a handkerchief head. If he can't be trusted in the black community, he might not be able to be trusted in a community that a lot of people that don't look like him think he wants to be part of. Because usually dudes like Jason Whitlock always have an agenda, and the agenda is team themselves. Now, as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, like I said, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famer without a shadow of a doubt. As far as him as a person, well, that's a different story. That's just a different story. Jimmy Kimmel, like I said before, Jimmy Kimmel, like I said, he's shown that he could dish it out, but he can't take it. But I told you a lot of comedians and people like that are like that. It's all good when they talking shit, but then as soon as you start talking shit back, then all of a sudden they're appalled, they're offended. Oh, I'm going to get my lawyer. Oh, this defamation of character. Oh, you're lying on me and all that kind of stuff. So, I just find that hilarious. And then, Errol Spence, man, like I said before, I know his fans going to say, oh, Errol Spence doesn't care what you think about him, but Errol Spence looking really bad. He looking pathetic. And his fanboys and fangirls are even worse because they continue to make excuses for him. And he continues to show that he's just a sore loser. And that's all it come down to. I mean, this man just make excuse after excuse. His fans make excuse after excuse. I don't know where this dislike and this disdain for Terrence Crawford has came from, but to me, I think it's pathetic. It's just not a good look. I don't understand where all this vitriol and hatred for Terrence Crawford comes. Well, I kind of know who started it. The so-called community he posed to be part of. His own people. And a lot of people that started these attacks on Terrence Crawford happen to look like him. It started with, Barbara Bitch conversation and a couple of, and John Coffey and a few other people that started, hating on Terrence Crawford, just doing sucker stuff, all of a sudden these dudes talking about how they reformed and trying to give life lessons on they're so much a better person and they're a better father, a better husband. Like, man, oh, man. Man. They sitting up trying to imply and tell other people's business, but then they need to be worried about what they doing. I just find the hypocrisy just hilarious, though. But You know, it is what it is. Now, Aubrey, it's all. Hey, like I said, at the end of the day, Spencer's look and his cronies and his fun boys, they looking real bad right now, and that's just the bottom line. Not because Stone Cold said so, because it's just factual. You know, it's just factual. It's a new excuse every week why he lost to Terrence Crawford. Why can't Errol Spence be a man and conduct himself like a man and stop making excuses about eye injuries and all this kind of stuff? Dude, you had a whole year to fix your eye. Your last fight was in April of 2022. You didn't fight till July of 2020. I mean, come on, man, just stop it. You didn't fight till July of 2023. You had well over a year to fix your eye. And see, here's the thing. Bud has already exposed Errol Spence, and so is Ishe Smith. Because they said they go through eye tests before they go into a fight. You know? And once again, how you gonna have cataract at age 33? You don't start developing cataracts till you around 40. So you like in my age range. So it just come across as Errol Spence just being disingenuous. I'm trying not to call a man a liar, but damn, man. I mean, it's like, dude, stop it, dude. Like, it's just, you just look really pathetic right now. It's just not a good look, man. Like, take your loss like a man. You setting a bad example for, man, you making our people look bad, man. You setting a bad example, man, for our people. You making it look like black people are sore losers. And at the end of the day, another reason why he had this eye surgery maybe is to try to buy more time before he go into a rematch. Hoping that maybe Terrence Crawford possibly, ages out. He might not be the same. But quiet as kept, I'm going to tell you what's really going on. Another reason why this rematch getting pushed back. Because they trying to figure out who going to pay for this fight. Because, see, they don't have the Showtime money no more. They don't have the back in the Fox. So Al Heyman definitely don't want to foot the bill for this himself. And then he don't know if he could get any upfront money from Amazon. So this is like a trial run. So that's another reason why they trying to push this thing back. If I'm Terrence Crawford, I would just take another fight. I'd be like, man, I'm finna go take, I don't know what the contract states, but I would go take another fight. I would take another fight. I would fight at a catch weight of maybe 150 or something. Give it a trial run. Just find somebody to fight at 150 and see how Terrence Crawford feel. But since Errol Spence is talking about it was his eye and all this kind of stuff, well, then he shouldn't have no problem fighting at 147 again. Because since the weight wasn't the problem, then he talked about he had to get some kind of shot and all. I'm like, God, Lee, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, man. I got to say this about, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Once again, I asked this question, where is the so-called power to the people militant Negroes at? Like I said before, man, these dudes kill me how they make these videos trying to imply that anybody that speaks bad on Al Heyman, a black man who don't give a damn about the black community, who has undermined and shelved a lot of his black fighters in favor of non-black and Hispanic fighters. Nobody ever talks about that. Just like there ain't gonna be no videos about what Teofimo Lopez said about Al Haymon. Where those videos at? And I'm gonna say this about Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez be saying a lot of offensive and slick stuff. You know, talking about he's, you know, a black fighter from the waist down and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's not cool to say that kind of stuff. Because I'm speaking on it. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all notice most of the time I'd rather talk to his father than him, per se. But you already know these fighters, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. As soon as you say something back, then they run into the promotional company, say, oh, I don't want him at my fights, or I'm not going to talk to him. And then you get those phone calls like, hey, so-and-so is upset and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, but yeah, Teofimo, he be saying a lot of little slick stuff that I don't care for, you know. And at the end of the day, I just got to keep it a buck. It's funny, and see, this is what I'll be talking about these so-called fake pro-black Negroes. They love to talk about Devin Haney's ticket sales and all this kind of stuff and what he do on pay-per-view. Here's the thing. Teofimo Lopez, if you look at his last few fights, he's fighting in smaller venues. When he fought Sandor Martin at Madison Square Garden, I think they only had 7,000 people there. When I went to see Teofimo in Vegas, he was fighting in a conference. He was fighting in a conference room at capacity that only held about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people. The thing, when was the last? This is just real talk. When was the last time Devin Haney fought in a conference room? So let's look at the venues Devin Haney then fought in. Okay, he fought at the Chase Center at capacity around 18,000 people. Before that, he fought he fought at the MGM Grand at capacity could hold around 16,000, 17,000 people. Before that, he fought in some kind of stadium in Australia that could hold around a decent amount of people, at least maybe 18 to 20,000 people. Before that, he fought at Marble Stadium, and I think Marble Stadium could hold well over 20,000 people. Before that, he fought at, I think, the MGM Grand, and then the Michelob Arena that could hold. So Devin Haney been fighting in full-fledged arenas. This gonna be Teofimo's first time in a while, you know, fighting at, you know what I'm saying? Because his last fight was at the Hulu Theater, which at capacity only holds around 4,000 people. So that's the thing. It's funny, like I said, you have Leonard Ellaby, Sir Nose, sitting up talking about, oh, what Devin Haney can't sell and all this stuff, but then they never talk about dudes like Teofimo, and that's why I don't be respected to dudes, because they always trying to tear down black fighters. So that's my point about that, and that need to be said. You know, and I'm not trying to talk bad on Teofimo, but you just got to keep it a buck. So when people say that Devin Haney isn't elevating, Devin Haney just sold out the Chase Center. My thing is, could you put Teofimo Lopez at the Chase Center and get 16,000 people there? Teofimo Lopez is from New York, but he only had, like, when he fought Sandor Martin at Madison Square Garden, he only had like 8,000 people there. And I'm not trying to put Teofimo on blast, but what I'm saying is nobody talks. Why ain't nobody talked about his ticket sales? I don't see Tate coming up with an excuse why he can't fight Teofimo. He ain't worried, like I said, but they sitting up there worried about what Devin Haney and trying to devalue Devin Haney, another black fighter. That's why I don't even respect him. And then Floyd sitting up there interfering with Ryan Garcia fighting Devin Haney. So I'm just saying, man, that stuff Teofimo be talking that's not cool, man. That's not cool. That's not cool, man. Making them type of remarks and stuff. You know. But I'm the only one that's gonna put that out there. I guarantee you, there ain't gonna be no videos. I mean, they might be now since I didn't call people out, because a lot of times I have to call people out to get those type of videos made. But it is what it is, man. But anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.